Hello everybody, it's Dr. Zaino with Whitney Zaino for Family Friday at 15-Minute Fuel. We're just in 15 minutes a day, or a little bit more when I do it. We're going to fuel your mind, your body, and your future. So Whitney, thanks for being on.
Absolutely.
Good. All right, so today, as we always do on Fridays, we have Whitney. She's here for you, and we love the questions and comments that you. So always first, I got to start off when people are getting on, that please hit the share button. Hit the like button, show some love because Whitney's on. I know you guys have been enjoying that. Let me know where you're from, so just say hello. Hey, there you go. Mark Jones is on, Kat's on,
Kat.
Real Talk, Kat Sarah's on. Put all your comments below. We'll answer your comments during the talk, during the call, or this Facebook Live. And if you're watching this and it's not live, and let's say you're watching it was 2 weeks ago, I guarantee we're going to answer those comments. We have, watch this, a 100% response rate. I've never missed a comment, neither has Whitney. So we're there for you to do that. So please do that. Also, make sure you're part of you join the Dr. Zaino fan page at Dr. Zaino. So we're going to start doing those over there. And don't forget, Monday, March 6th, the beginning or the first episode of We Are Heroes. Okay, so it's a great time journey. We have Tim here taking pictures. And so let's start. So today we had a couple of questions concerning Dr. Zaino and Whitney. How do you run one of the largest practices in the world? How do you do all the other things you do? How do you balance time with family, with your health, with your kids, with your children, with your purpose, with your community? So it was a balance question. All right, so I'm going to explain, or Whitney will go into the balance from the wife's standpoint, because it might sound like, hey, I want to be this hero, and we're going to go save the world and the planet and change people's lives. But then Whitney is the Wizard of Oz behind that, okay? So, yeah, I'm like the puppet. She's doing this, I'm doing this. So she's going to explain from her aspect. I'll let her believe that. From her point of view, as being my wife, and the dynamics, and seeing me in my strengths and when I am vulnerable, and just kind of how we set rules and patterns of dynamics, and really what is the quotation mark of balance in that?
Well, first, there's a whole lot to that.
Yep.
The first thing that I want to touch on is that whenever we first got married 13 years ago, I think we had to kind of break some of the molds or patterns that our family had set up, because we both came from great families, but very different families. So we had to discover what was right for our families, which I had to really get over some of the things that I thought was going to be like the good family or the good marriage. It was just breaking some of those down and then building what our own marriage and our own family looked like. So that was.
Let's go with that. So I could tell you from my side, my dad owned a video company. He would video, and my mom and dad owned it. What do you call it? Not transcribe. He turned our garage into a video studio, and that's where they do demos. So even though I was at home and my parents were at home, our garage was the video studio where people would come. It was their office, and my mom used to do demos, and my dad used to do the work, and they really were a team together. So I grew up seeing. Literally, my parents' business was in the house, and that dynamic of husband and wife working together. So I saw there was no division between work and family. It was all in the one thing. So that was my dynamic. So when we started working together, I went into the same dynamic as my father and mother working together. So they would work hard together, they would go on jobs together, they would argue together, they would make up together. And so it was it was one solid thing. There was no division at all.
Which I was very different. My mom didn't work. My dad owned his own company, but when he came home, he was like all about family, all about, we ate dinners together. We had family meetings. We always joked that they were like over-functional, because they both came from a very dysfunctional family. So they tried really hard to make our family solid, which they did a good job at. So I thought that was going to be what our family looked like, but it wasn't. So we had to discover what was right for our family. So I think that was the first thing, is just kind of the preconceptions that I had going into marriage and what it was going to look like, or what the right husband looked like, or what the right family looked like. So I think just creating that for us was like the first foundational key thing. Then when it comes to balance, there was no balance. I mean, when we started out business together, we worked 12, 14-hour days, and even when we came home, we were still working.
I mean, because that's what I love to do, so there was no stop. It was literally I work till I fall asleep on the computer, and I still do that today. We don't come in, I'm like, falling asleep. I'm on my computer chair. She's like, go to bed. So,
and that's one thing that I never did was be like, okay, that's it. You know, you have to, I mean, sometimes I'll be like, okay, let's, you know, we're going to hang out now, or we're going to do this now. But business always gets brought up because that's what he's passionate about. And I'm passionate about that as well. So that's always an open conversation. We never say, okay, at 6 p.m. we're going to stop talking about business stuff. You know, it's just that's not part of our life. So it's, you know, it's just free, open, whenever we want to talk about things.
And we're getting to a point with all this because personally for me, if I have something I need to talk about, I can't save it for our meeting tomorrow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't. It's like,
yeah, we tried to do that. We tried to like schedule and have meetings, and it just
I can't. Like it's like I gotta talk about it now.
It's open anytime.
And then, but you could take something, you could mull over it and hold it in and internalize it. But me, it's like it's got to come out, and that because I don't have any. My release valve is always on. It's like as soon as I get, it's out because the
and
sooner
I can
get
save
out.
it for a better. I've learned to like
it.
save it for a better time because it's not always the right time.
It's always
with you.
the right time for me.
Yeah, but it's not always with you. Like I have to wait until it's got to be like a right time. So I'm sensitive to that.
Yeah, sure. So these are the dynamics. So when we first started working together, it was just it was running the business, doing that. And so this whole balance thing, you got to decide what balance is, but I really just don't like the word because there's never balance. I don't even see it. I think it sounds good. Oh, I'm looking at, we're going for it because when you're just pursuing a balanced life, all you're doing is invalidating that you don't have a balanced life. And all you're doing is saying, well, I'm in lack.
Yeah.
But it's like, there is no balanced life. I mean, if I talk to any high successful person, I say, what do you think about balance? They're like, oh, that's a bunch of crap. Like, there's no balance. The thing is, what they do is they try to approve and improve the areas of their life. So the thing is, in trying to get a balanced marriage, I improve and invest and get a great marriage. I'm not looking for balance. I'm just looking to make that better.
Make that better.
So you can make all areas of your life better versus this balance thing. Because then what happened when Whitney got pregnant, a couple years into the practice. So now this causes a new dynamic. So there's no balance here. So now Whitney has justice.
Dynamics, So
the dynamics change. So now mommy, Whitney has to be mom zone now. So you're on the mom track.
Yep.
Right? So now you're out of the office, you're doing some of the finances, and now I'm in the office with my team. So now what happens is Whitney's at home taking care of justice, and then I'm at work. So things shift.
And that was actually the most challenging for us, I think, is whenever we weren't together all day long and where we were on different, totally different mind maps, our lives looked totally different. So then we come together at night and it was like, what do we talk about? He would, it's just like you weren't together. I think our marriage has always been the stronger and the best whenever we're working together and we're involved in each other's businesses and what we're doing. And, when we're doing it together, I mean, that's whenever it's 100%. Been the strongest.
And let me tell you, that's 100%. Like most doctors who come to the office, I say, listen, try to get your wife out of the office. I think that's healthy in a way.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we both do something totally separate,
right.
But we have the same mission and vision, but we have like our separate things that we're in charge of.
Right.
Like he doesn't, like you're in charge of this and I'm in charge of this. And I think that's real important to separate. It was really hard whenever I was like your front desk person.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So
that's different,
Right. Because I would say that our most challenging time in our marriage was when you got out of the office. Because now I'm at the office and I'm driving, and then you're at home and we come together and you've been speaking baby language the whole day. And I'm talking about stuff. So that was the toughest time. So recently when Whitney really, you're really playing more of a part in the journey moving forward, and you always did. But now you're in the office a little bit more, but you're even more, you're the CEO of this whole hero journey because she handles all the finances and everything, allows me to just be creative. Like, that to me it makes things even more attractive for a relationship. Here 13, I would say, of course when we first hooked up in the beginning, it was crazy animal stuff as we were. It was. But then then we had like some rough times.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But then now it's way better than it pretty much ever has because it matured, because I think Whitney approves of what I do, she knows me better now. So none of this has balance in it. She just understands me better and how I'm evolving and changing. I understand her better, and she knows that I need her, and she needs me. So I am humble to say, I need you, babe, for this, and I need your support. And the thing is, she could stand behind me and support me, and all I need is a support, right? A hero wants to be admired, and then she just let me achieve, let me contribute, and do what I need to do. And so that's why right here it says, Chris, what time Are you at home most nights and finding time for your kids? My challenge is I get home near 7 and they're about ready for bed. All right.
You want me to talk about this?
Aaron, let me start first.
Okay.
Aaron, my kids have never gone to bed earlier than I have. I have always, because I speak every night and doctor's reports, it's a chiropractic family because we work and work.
They're chiro kids. Chiro kids, I don't see how they can go to bed early and ever see their dad unless it's just a different kind of practice.
And I know, and just whatever, like,
and
so.
This has been I always freak out. They should be in bed. Yeah, they should be in bed. They should be in bed. But this is where this is where we have our best family time. I mean, the kids are perfect because they know it's getting close to bedtime. We're all hanging out. I mean, that's whenever he's relaxed. That's our best family time. Really.
100%. Like, you've been trying to get the kids to go to bed by 8 o'clock for 10 years.
Not
Justice
by 8. That's totally unrealistic.
Justice has never been to bed. But, they go to bed 10:30, 11. And why? It's like, oh, that's crazy. That's unhealthy for them. No, that's just how we do it. Yeah. That's how we do it in our family, and we're okay with it. So it's when we drop the dogmas of the kid has to be in by 7, or they have to take a nap by here, or they have to eat 6 meals a day versus, so we just innately, this is just how it works for us. So what I think, when our life improved, our lives improved, write this down, when we threw balance out the friggin' door, because because it was so tough to try to match up to this balance.
Or to this typical family stereotype or schedule, like that's,
it made us feel wrong. It made us feel wrong. It made us feel guilty. Yeah. And so the thing, I'm not going to live by guilt or what the Joneses do next door. It's like, this is our life and this is the journey of our life. So, the kids go to bed late. But I will say they go to bed after I can't hang with them.
They go to bed soon after you go to bed because they want to be up to see you. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
So Aaron, I get home Monday I get home after 8. Tuesday, 8:30. Wednesday, 6 o'clock, but then I do the Ask Dr. Zaino show for you guys.
We usually have dinner together on Wednesdays.
Yeah. Thursday night, 8:30. Friday, I'm home, but then the kids go to karate, so it's a little bit more there. Saturday and Sunday, we have those days together. Yeah. So that's what we do. So the thing is, I don't feel like I'm sacrificing by doing 15-minute fuels or all the other things we do. It's not a sacrifice. It's what Daddy does. It's what Daddy's calling is to do. And then Whitney appreciates that. She's on the journey with me. The kids are with me.
And then it's so good for them to see their dad pursuing your mission. I mean, I would rather them do that. And that's something that I kind of had a hard time with too a lot, was that, oh, well, he doesn't get down on the floor and play with the kids, but you've been such a better example of what it means to be a man and a leader. And so all those things, mean so much more to them in the long run, than, sitting down on the floor and playing Legos. Although you did plenty of that, but sometimes it wasn't, I didn't think it was enough, but now I'm over that. And I realize that they're getting so much more from you than that. They see you excited, they see you doing what you love, and that's great for them.
I mean, perfect. if I'm and personally and internally, if I measure myself up to the dad who throws the football with the kid and the dad who takes the kid to the park and and he's running around with them on his shoulders, like if I look at that and compare myself, I would be so invalidated and I would feel totally less than. But then again, I had to realize it's like I get to take my kids all over the country. They get to experience things other kids don't have. I get to take my son to school in a Lamborghini, which I'm not saying, but like what I'm talking about is they get to have an experience that that really does mean things to them. They wouldn't get to have if you just had. We're not talking. It's not about materialistic. It's like if I get to speak somewhere, they get to see their dad speak. I remember when I spoke at Cal Jam a couple years ago. Justice was totally excited.
Changed his life.
Changed his life. So do you understand? It's all these little things that, I'm trading in the throwing of the frisbee for something that hopefully could instill a stronger legacy of purpose in the kids. But it's not intentional. Do you understand? It's like I'm not purposely not doing it. Just at home I'm tired, and or sometimes my back hurt from adjusting. Remember when I was 35, I would come home and I was injured, totally injured. It was just my body was breaking down. And I couldn't get on the floor to play with the kids.
Yeah.
I would fall asleep when I was playing with the kids. So everything in my life got way better now, and I'm able to do more with them. And we could go to Vegas, and Justice has that same drive I have with karate, and we're going to find what Titus is. So the whole moral of this is there was nothing about balance. Why don't you make your life and don't compare yourself with other people? And so when you could stop comparing yourself with other families and say, how does your family want to do it?
Yeah.
I mean, our views on school is not very normal. Our view on school is like, can they read? Can they write? Can they add? Great, you're done. Okay. What do you want to do? Let me apprentice you. I mean, they'll probably never go to college because I want them to be entrepreneurs because that's what they need to do and work for themselves, not be part of the system. You know, our ideas about health are different than most families, right? You know, we don't vaccinate our kids. They've never been touched a drug before, and they're strong and they're healthy. So we have so many different philosophies when it comes to health and education, all these other things that we can't fit ourselves into the square peg of this is the work-life balance.
Yeah, yeah.
And so even though we have our own businesses, the thing is, it creates a dynamic effect. So I think as a couple, if you're watching this, the doctors out there, sit down and you create don't create your balance, create the routine.
Yeah.
So, you know, Tuesday night is the family fun pizza night, right? That's why is it Tuesday night? That's just when we make it, right? So we make these things happen, and I'm certainly not going to grow up and look back and live in regret. And you know what? If my sons are on the couch of a therapist saying he's not going to say, oh, I had daddy problems and stuff like that. No, I'm not going to live in guilt of any of that. There's too many dads. Oh, no, I wasn't there for my son. No, listen. You know, everybody has their story. This is just how I'm living my life. For me to be someone I'm not, and for Whitney to make me something I'm not, would just cause more damage. So Whitney knows me after 13 years, and she's continuing on, just like I know you, and you're allowing me to be in my lane and thrive to do what I need to do.
Yeah.
So let's go over. If you're liking this, please hit the.
Someone did ask, Aaron Ernst, I think, asked, what are your ages? We have 2 boys. They're 10 and 4.
Okay, let's go. So hit the like button, please hit the share.
Like shut it off. Oh, well, just go to the.
We're going to go up here. So my mom's on. Tracy Mahan's on. All right. Hey, Tracy. Matt Erba. He's got a couple kids. I should know, but you have kids? Yes. 2 of them. You know, 10 and 6.
10 and 4.
10 and 4. I knew that.
Good
no, come on. Mark Jones, good to see you. Ashley, my kids go to bed between 10 and 11 every night. Ashley
Cairo
Oshner.
Kids, yeah.
Cairo kids. And plus, you know, and I mean, just think, our kids wake up early and they're nonstop. There's 2, like Titus has two gears. He's gun-ho, and the next thing you turn around, he's like passed out on the couch.
Yeah, he still takes
just like me.
a 1 to 2 hour nap every day.
Lisa Sims, good to see you. Pete, good to see you. Ashley, let me see if we have any. How do you shut it off when you're driving home or at home? Any tips? What do you mean it? I am it.
Yeah, there's no shutting it off.
I am it, Mark.
Yeah.
Because if I shut it off, that means that I have to turn it on. The fact that there's an off button, Mark, that's the problem. It's always on. It's always on because that's who you are. I'm like you see me now, and then you'll see my I don't have to act. So for me to turn it on and off means that I have to be someone, and then I could then I put the secret identity on. See, I'm a full blown. I'm full time hero, full time on, and it's not to be. There's no on off switch. I'm it. So just be it. I think so that makes you hold back, and that's very stressful. Are you treating patients until 8:30 p.m.? Eric, yes, I am, because Tuesday and Thursday nights, after my doctor's report, I'm done about 7:20 speaking and going to the rooms, and then I have late night adjustments for those patients who say they can't make it. I'm like, great, you can't make it? I'm here filling out policies with our patients. You have between 7:20 and 8:15 to come in, so we see about 30 or 40 people Tuesday and Thursday nights, because I'm there anyway. It's not, I definitely didn't make it late nights just to see people. I just happened to be there. So one day they're filling out policies, right? Getting ready to become patients. And I'm like, this is an hour here. I'm sitting around. Might as well make it open adjusting time. Hey, Julie. Wow, that's 400 thinking right there. Entrepreneur versus college. So many people don't understand that. Thanks for being honest and pushing people outside. Thanks, Julie. If I tell you what Julie told me the other day, I'd start crying, so I'm not going to do it. Mark Jones, love it. Ashley, I love it. No off switch. Elaine, hey, Mom. Awesome always because you're living you. Absolutely. Here we go. Having children will happen for us in the next couple of years. How can you save your community, the planet, and be a remarkable dad at the same time? I have to figure this out. Let me explain this way. Why not? Why can't you be a remarkable dad and save the world? Like, the thing is, you're limiting your potential. That's it. You have a mind block that you can't do all of that. Who told you you can't? Of course you can.
Yeah. And I struggled with that for a long time. I was like, how do I be a good mom? And because I had my mom that didn't work outside the home, so I thought that that was the picture of what a mom was supposed to do, but I still had this pull to work and bring value to the world. So I had to, I had a lot of guilt, and I had to figure that out for myself as well as for a mom. But for a dad, that's, I think that's easier for a dad than for a
Joe
mom
James,
to figure out.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can do it. You can do both.
So listen, like, it's not like I like, see, I'm Chris, and now, watch this. I'm Chris, like for Joe, that you're thinking on how you could do it all. Watch this. I'm Chris Zaino, right? For me, that's I am. I'm Dr. Chris Zaino right now. I'm Whitney's husband right now, and I'm Justice's and Titus's father right now. I'm all of them right now. All right, and I'm teaching you guys right now. So you see, like, I don't have to turn it off and turn on the hat. So I could be 100 things. If I have 100 titles, I could be all 100 at once. It doesn't change.
And a lot of that goes back to scheduling.
That was a good one, wasn't it? It was good. We got that on video. We're documenting this all. Whitney is a great mom, of course. Chris Burfield, good to see you. Hey, Mom. Chris is a great dad. Of course. My mom. Remember, when my mom says anything about me, you could see that I was not raised with a poor self-worth from my mom. But the thing is, having my mom tell me you're good, you're this, you're that, it's not enough, because until you innately could say, I am worthy. God has given me a talent. He's given me talents and dreams and visions, and I embrace that. See, the thing is, we could have people say you're great, but unless you could look in the mirror and say, I am love. I have great talents, and then you give it out. So the thing is, when you have a gift, which you guys do, and this kind of goes into the balance thing, Woody and I we're self-aware of our gifts and what we're good at and what we love to do. And then what we do is we give it all out. The gifts and talents you have are meant for one thing. It's to give it all out. And when you give your gifts and talents out, Whitney allowing me to give my gift out is a way of validating to myself that I'm worthy and I'm of value to you guys. So when you give your gift out, you're validating that you are worthy and you are a professional and you are worth something to somebody else. See, so if you keep your gifts in, it's invalidating. So doing what you love to do, and Whitney allow me to do this, she's going to get a better husband, right? So you allow me to do all this stuff now, am I a way better husband?
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So if Whitney said no, I can't give you the extra money. I can't hire Tim. You got it. No, you can't
have the extra time.
You can't have that. So if she shut all that down and held my gifts in, it would have hurt her. But now she'll say I'm one of the best husbands. Well, no. Let me say that I'm one of the.
You're the best husband I've ever had.
Yes. She's only been married to me.
Yeah.
And also, when you give your gift, let me do this. When you give your gift out. People say, well, if you give from your heart, the universe will give back to you. But I challenge you, why don't you give everything you have, not expecting? Because I'll tell you, if I expect Whitney to give, or I expect you guys to say, thank you, Chris, that really helped me. If I'm looking for your approval, what's good enough is the fact that when you give of your gifts and talents that God gave you, just the fact that it's validating yourself that you are worthy of being a person of love and gratitude to somebody else, that's the greatest gift ever. It's actually the gift is you being you. That should be sufficient and worthy enough. And then my mom telling she loves me, or Whitney said, that's just icing on the cake.
Bonus.
So what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say that, like by you doing all this, you just took on extra workload of doing the videos and doing this, but what you've done is we're a part of it. So we feel like, so even on the days that I'm not here, like on Fridays doing this with you, I still feel a part of it because I'm watching the 15-minute feel like we're still, and even our kids, like they still feel a part of it. They don't feel like their dads, they're having less time with their dad because like Justice has Sunday, or they both do. But it's, so they're a part of it even on the other days that they're not doing it. It's bringing your family to be a part of it, however that looks, whether it's coming into the office if you're a chiropractor, or however that looks, to get your family involved in what you do as a profession and what your mission is. So
Ashley Ashton has a great question. It was like, Chris, do you have any recovery times? Meaning that like a muscle, physically, yes, recovery. Like Sunday is kind of a recovery day, but Sunday is a very productive day to me because Ashley, I found out that if I do nothing, if I take Sunday totally off, let's say I take a day off, let's not make it Sunday because I don't want you to get in the whole Sabbath thing. let's say it's Tuesday and I took the whole entire day off, I would feel hungover like crap Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because, so actually for me, like physically, the muscle needs recovery, the body needs recovery, right? From physical, especially when we're adjusting. But I found out the best form of recovery was not shutting it off, was actually doing the things I like to do. So doing the videos or writing down or reading. So actually doing things for the mind and the spirit was like rocket fuel to me.
That you enjoy. Yeah, you're doing things that you enjoy, but you're definitely giving your body a break.
I give the body a break. Yeah, I give the body. So I think that's it, Ashley. So I give the body a break, but when I do the things I enjoy, whether it be reading or listening or watching, videos or whatever, so that fuels me up. So it's like I found out when it comes to your mind and your heart, doing backing off from that is fatigue. And when I actually do that more, like doing this, like I'm sweating, like this is fuel to me. That's why we call it 15-minute fuel. So actually physical body gets a rest, but the heart and soul, it's do something you love. Like right now, if I was to do this 15-minute fuel at 10 p.m. at night, I'd be able to stay up till 1 in the morning. So I find that I energize by doing what you love to do. All right, let's see. Good. So we're going to close on these questions. Share a gift. You better believe it. All right, Ashley, got it. Perfect. Aaron, thank you. All right, guys, so make sure you hit the like, hit the love. See that there's a share button. I want you to punch that share button because when you hit the share button and you share it to your friends and family, they don't know what they're not seeing this right now. They're not understanding it. And I guarantee they'll get golden nuggets of information that'll be able to fuel their mind, their body, and their future. Make sure you go to Dr. Zaino fan page as well. Subscribe to that, follow that. Also go to Twitter. We'll do that in a second. We'll go to Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm a Snapchatter now, so try it. I do some funny ones. So make sure you're on that. Let's have fun with that. All the YouTube, it's all Dr. Zaino, Z as in zebra, AINO, and do that because now starting Monday, if you haven't seen the trailer, go on the Facebook page and watch the trailer for We Are Heroes. Monday, March 6th starts the launch of We Are Heroes. It's a great episode 1, and it's going to be a great time. Anything Anything you want to say there?
No, Tracy just said, this is Chiro couple therapy talk.
Yes, it is.
For real. Hey, we've had lots of talks about that with you guys, you and Nick.
All right, guys, we'll appreciate you guys so much. All right, I want to see your story, Chris Zaino. You better believe it. We'll watch We Are Heroes, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, Whitney, so much. We love you, and we love you guys out there. And so tomorrow, Saturday, we'll do some type of lifestyle thing in the house, and then Sunday is Sunday, and we'll see you then. God bless. Bye-bye.